this is really important, being able to be fluid with our endpoints. This hasn't been the case because we've got the stacking effect of all these technologies at the endpoint. And I'd love for you, Shannon, to talk about what is CAS, Cloud App Security, and as you define it for people.
Sure. So SonicWall's Cloud App Security product actually brings together the advanced threat protection for email. So your Office 365 email, your Gmail, right? So the machine learning and the AI for next-gen phishing, as well as detection for your OneDrives, your Google Drives, your files stored within the SaaS apps themselves. So we do that with a single solution. We really focus on the advanced threat layer. So with all of your SaaS application subscriptions, you get a base level of security that comes with those. Those are not designed to pick up the threats that came in this morning, right, that nobody knows about, or the threats that come in tonight that people don't know about. So we have a solution that layers on top of that to catch everything that your cloud service providers don't know about, and make sure that your users are protected regardless from whatever device they're logged in from, because we protect from within. So if somebody's checking email on their phone, their email's still scanned in the cloud. Same is true with OneDrive or Google Drive, right? If they're accessing it from their home device.
So this is this flexibility that I love, and because I think people think about their assets, their corporate assets, but so we can control that endpoint, and we can put advanced AV, next gen AV, but then all of a sudden we're using phones and we're using personal devices, our kids' devices, where now that endpoint is gone exponential. So James, what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, it's really hard to keep track of all the different things people are doing now. One of the things that we see is as all the kids went home, there's this proliferation of even more devices that are uncontrolled. And we actually noticed that people are a little bit more worried about all the other cloud apps that they're using, such as Salesforce, such as the G Suite and Dropbox. And so to Shannon's previous point, the fact that with Cloud App Security, we can reach out and touch multiple vendors, that's becoming a request that we're getting a lot more often. So not only are the devices out there and spreading and uncontrolled, but the desire to actually reach out and touch all of those different SaaS apps and cloud apps and get some level of security on them as well is something that we find is growing, and the need is growing also. I've yet to find a parent who has not somehow loaded Google Classroom on their PC to go keep track of their kids while they're learning from home. Well, now we have a whole new G Suite on PCs that never had it before, and they're sharing documents and using it. And that's really one of our concerns. And what we also have to be careful of is what is coming back through that pathway. So, for example, we've seen a couple of situations where people are helping their kids and they're sharing a document through Google Docs, but that's on their work computer. And so that's in my documents, which is now getting replicated via OneDrive or SharePoint. And now it's coming inside the data center, whether it's physical or colo or virtual. And now it's able to be touched inside. And so if there's not a good level of security, both inside, outside, at the API and at the endpoint level, what we're seeing is the ability for systems to kind of end around traditional security is going up. And so we find that that's a building complexity that people really have to worry about.